Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Steve Neat. I've been teaching at Kaiser for, well, this is my 10th year. I'm here to just ask that the board and OUSD staff to look at the consolidated schools in the schools in OUSD where teachers are being consolidated, and to consider the impact that such consolidations would have on their program. And I understand that the board may be under the misapprehension that that has already been done, but apparently it was not done carefully, because at Kaiser School, for example, we have 9 less students than we had last year. The district came to us and said, you're $117,000 short with your budget. We looked at the budget with district people for 15 to 20 minutes and found another $60,000 to $80,000 that had not been looked at before. Now we're told we're $26,000 short. So for $26,000 in a district that apparently is spending double that on office panels, I'm not sure what they're made out of, possibly gold. For $26,000, we're going to throw the program of a California distinguished school into disarray. We hear a lot as teachers, especially during contract negotiations, we hear this a lot. It's for the children. Well, this would really be for the children. If we could find in a budget of over $300 million, $23,000 more.
Hi. Hello, members of the board. It's my first time here. My name is Doug Faig. I'm a 4-5 teacher at Kaiser Elementary. I've had the pleasure to serve this community for the last 2 years, but it hasn't been easy. In 2010-2011 school year, I was given a pink slip by OUSD and not given back my position until July of 2011. This year, I was informed that due to the consolidation by the district, that I would be relocated to another school. After calling my parents, not my own parents, but my parents, and after the firestorm in which they gave human resources, the district made us, I'm going to say, a slippery solution to allow me to stay at Kaiser. But not all is well at Kaiser still. We still have Mrs. Gale, our new kindergarten teacher, who is now going to be consolidated. Her class is going to be consolidated into a kinder first combo. This is going to have a devastating effect on her students that have already gone through a new teacher change early this year because she left on maternity leave, making her 3rd teacher for kindergartners. I'm asking the district to remove Kaiser from consideration of being consolidated. My talking point is this: OUSD cannot continue to have young, talented, energetic teachers leave the district. As a teacher who has been pink slipped by 4 different districts over 8 years, I can say from personal experience how hard it is physically, emotionally, and spiritually to be released and moved to a new school by the district. This practice of allowing young teachers to be unprotected and leaving the district will be the district's downfall. OUSD needs to step up to the plate and do what's right and keep young temporary teachers like Ms. Gale in the district. I'm not over-exaggerating when I say OUSD's future depends on it. Stop treating teachers and students like numbers in your spreadsheet and treating us like the allies we are. Together, we can make Oakland schools, once again, the pride of California. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Hello, my name is Marin Barza-Weber, and I'm a 5th grader at Kaiser Elementary. And I'm speaking because I feel that it's wrong to mix a kindergarten class with a 1st grader class because, first of all, I mean, the parents, they don't know anything really about this school. They sign their kids up for this school. And we've already had 3 different teachers for the kindergartners. And, I mean, they're probably thinking, this is crazy. I mean, a combined class for 1st graders and kindergartners. I mean, 4 or 5 can handle it, but 1st graders and kindergartners cannot. I feel it would be really, really crazy. I mean, it's kindergartners' first time at a grade school. And it would be really crazy for them to be mixed with an older grade because I have a feeling it would be a lot harder for them as they grow up. And that's all I'd like to say. Thank you.
Future superintendent right there. My name is Joyce Nilo, and thank you for superintendents and directors of the board for having this public comment. I'm a parent at Cleveland Elementary School. My child has been directly affected by the changes you've allowed to quickly and swiftly implement without regard to our repeated requests to put a hold on consolidation. I submitted emails to you and the level 1 complaint, which has been forwarded to the District 1 Regional Executive Officer, but I already know her position. She will save as the same letter she sent to us last week, and she will officially make it her response to this complaint. So if I'm correct, I plan on pursuing the level 2 appeal for that. So this is why I'm here tonight. I believe you have the power to streamline the outcome to support Cleveland Elementary School. I'm going to speak loudly and clearly as loud as this orange Cleveland t-shirt. We are losing our new star potential teacher that this school needs. You are forcing one of our veteran special ed teachers to take on way more than she can realistically handle. You avoided K-1 consolidation, yes, but let me be clear, this is not what we want. Parents with special needs kids are upset. They are getting help to fax formal complaints with the Office of Administrative Hearing in Sacramento as we speak. Special needs children will suffer the most. We will support their parents and look closely into violations of student rights under the FAPE. So now let me offer you ways to ease this burden. Superintendents, please respond to our parents' requests to meet. Not only Cleveland, how about Kaiser? Let us practice shared governance and include parents in the decision-making process. We are still looking for answers on how Cleveland's enrollment projections were above average when enrollment today is about the same as previous years. How can we avoid this? The current changes that were implemented should be regarded as temporary and short-term until we can restore and integrate the special ed class. We would like to—
Madam President, the speaker's time has expired.
Thank you.
Hi, members of the board. I'm Pamela Campbell, and my son is a third grader at Kaiser Elementary. And this is not my first time here. I'm disappointed that our school is undergoing, once again, redirection from you. And I feel like this is taking away from valuable resources, parent resources that should be devoted to our kids, and fundraising for things that we as a PTA provide them, that the district doesn't even provide. And that this is all over a very small sum of money. It's really disappointing to me. And I'm ready for it to stop. And let us get back to the regular daily job that we all have of supporting our kids and their education, because that's what really matters here. It's not about $26,000. And our teachers are so valuable to us. And I agree. It's like the idea of having 31 children in a first grade class is absurd. We all know it. I mean, the odds of 24-1 are not good odds, but we suffer through it daily with the support of the parent community. And I'm so disappointed to be back here again. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for having this time to speak. My name is Pamela Kirby, and I'm a new parent at Kaiser Elementary School. I have a first grader who started last year in January and a fourth grader who prior to this has had no public school experience as he's been homeschooled up until 4 weeks ago. So as a new family to Kaiser, it's been a whirlwind with fundraisers and homework and trying to get into the whole swing of things. And just hearing the disruption in the daily lives of the kids and the students and the teachers, rather, the staff, is really just really disheartening to me as a newcomer to this whole situation. And truly, it really makes me want to run for the hills. So I really want to ask you, at least if this is the budget shortfall that you're saying, give the school a chance to remedy it. I know we've had a lot of families lost to the new charter Montessori school that opened. And then also just residual issues from last year with the threatened closure of the school. I know I wasn't even in the school for 2 weeks and got an earful of what was going on, and I thought, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? But truly, it is a beautiful school, and it's, as you can see by everybody here, it's worth fighting for. Great teachers. It's just a beautiful place to be for our kids. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Tanya Nichols, and I am a parent of a special needs child in Ms. Schreiner's class at Cleveland. Oakland Unified School District is out of compliance with IEP because it is no longer providing the students with the support of a special ed teacher. As a consequence of losing our general ed teacher, you are having our special ed teacher support our general ed students and teach a general ed curriculum. She is no longer being a special ed teacher, and this violates IEP. The district has discontinued service provided by IEP without legally mandating prior written notice and the approval of the parents. Now, with the lack of a special ed teacher, Oakland Unified School District is in violation of IDEA laws, failing to provide free and appropriate public education. Oakland Unified School District is in violation of due process by removing services without prior notice or consent. The district special ed department has yet to has yet to notify our special ed teacher of her job change that started October 8th. I have filed a due process complaint with the Office of Administrative Hearings. The district will have 10 days to respond. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nipa Rahim. I'm a parent of 2 kids at Cleveland Elementary, and I'm back from 2 weeks ago. I just want to say, first of all, we stand at Cleveland with you, Kaiser families. Give them their teacher back. It just sounds ridiculous what they're going through. But I just want one thing today. We've repeatedly asked for a meeting with Superintendent Smith, and I just want a response, or better yet, for Superintendent Smith to meet in person with the PTA at Cleveland, because communication has been abysmal, timely communication. And if you want us to all be in this together, you really need to communicate to parents. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lisa Nakamura, and I'm a clinical psychologist who's worked in the past 4 years to advocate for children with special needs. I do assessments for them in Alameda County. And my son is in Ms. Schreiner's integrated special education program. He's a mainstream student there, and I feel very proud that he's actually in that class, because he gets to learn and have empathy for students who have special needs and learn differently. And I'm proud to support such a program, having seen what special needs children go through in education systems across the East Bay. So I'm very discouraged to hear that the special needs children in this class are going to be most impacted by the budget cuts that's happening at Cleveland. I really want to have the district reconsider restoring Miss Graff to meet their needs. They deserve the most. They're the most vulnerable population in our school. And they're facing a critical time period, because as you know, the early interventions, the more resources that you can provide early on pay off a great deal. And that's why I'm very happy that the board actually approved restoring special education funds for this year. And I hope that they could also consider restoring our general ed teachers, so that the special ed teacher doesn't have to take on these duties and to make the special needs children's IEP goals unrealistic and unattainable. So please consider that. And I guess and echo with the other comments that were made. As you know, we have come into this. I want to thank David Kakashiba for putting in the legislation to re-examine the borders of Crocker Highlands, because as you know, that we came into this situation of under-enrollment partly because of disruptions that were faced that led to an expansion of a 4th kindergarten classroom less than 2 miles away from us. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rakestraw, in an effort to accommodate as many members of the public who have come down tonight, we'll call 10 more cards, and that will be it for this round of public comment, and then we'll take more before we go into closed session.
Jonathan Simpson, Andy Monroney, Andrew McGinnis, Bonnie Allen, Caroline Stern, Jacqueline DeBose, Moya Henderson, Wandra Boyd, Pamela Campbell, and Leonardo Zeus.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Ben Tapscott, the Numa Climates Committee. We continue to have money problems because this board makes very poor decisions. The fact that the superintendent chose to close 5 schools when we gave him a proposal that they could have saved $12 million a year simply by consolidating and getting rid of 100 principals and hiring more teachers, maybe we wouldn't have part of this problem. The fact that you chose to close those schools last year, I'm not going to let you forget it. You've overcrowded Grass Valley. You leased out Santa Fe, so there's $500,000. Maybe they don't have to consolidate first and second grade. You've kicked kids out of Maxwell Park that live across the street, and they can't attend that school. You took Lakeview away from our children and stuck district office people over there, and our dropout rate is almost half. So why do we need $74 million for panels when we can't even have children in the classroom? The fact that we have 66% of African Americans suspended. That's abuse of power, not a defiance of attitude or discipline. We do not educate African American children in this city, and this board is responsible. The superintendent is responsible for that. We talk about justice for all, and yet our black children are not getting educated because of some of the decisions we make. The fact that we have had 4 or 5 lawsuits, and now we got the Civil Rights Office in here, and nothing has happened to change anything. The Civil Rights Act of '64, the lawsuit in '96, we have a lawsuit in Santa Fe. And the fact that we continue to study African Americans, because then when you study us, you don't have to do anything to solve the problem.
My name's Andy Manconi. My daughter just started Kaiser, and we learned a lot about the Oakland public school system last year, touring 12 different schools. And we knew there were good schools. A lot of our friends were picking to go to charter schools and private schools. And we believed in Oakland because of schools like Peralta and Chabot and Kaiser. And we were lucky enough to get into Kaiser, you know, and it's a top-tiered school. And like, my kid loves it, we love it. And for a 1% shortfall in the budget to try to take something away from one of the best schools that's out there, a proven school, it just seems, I don't know, wasteful. And it just doesn't seem right. And here, I think Cleo wants to say something too. Well, maybe not. She loves her teacher. She loves Kaiser. This is her first kindergarten experience. Okay, go ahead.
I don't want my teacher to go away.
All right. Thank you.
I am Audrey McGinnis, a 5th grader at Kaiser Elementary School. You want to consolidate one of our teachers, and that teacher teaches kindergarten. Now, the kindergartners are probably just getting used to school, and making them jostle and jumble around different teachers will be confusing for them. It is ridiculous to switch around classes because our school was short 9 students. That's not even 1 kid per classroom. Please don't consolidate any schools. Thank you.
My name's Jonathan Simpson, and my daughter and son are both Kaiser students. I'm here representing them and my wife and some of the people here in this room, maybe all of the people here in this room, to remind you of something, and that is that last year when we were on the list of schools that were potentially going to be closed, this group of people collaborated with the OUSD to come up with a plan based upon the fact that as an exceptional school, we were something that you needed to nurture and find a way to expand as an option for more students in Oakland. And now, as a result of the storm clouds that were gathered as a result of the board starting that process last year, we stand with fewer students because we don't have a waiting list this year, because our name was dragged around in the media in stories about how we might not be around. That makes it really hard to attract new families. The bottom line is that we're short a very small amount of money, okay? There is no question in the minds of the people who are here in this room, and I think the people who are on this board, that the funds can be found to get us past this moment. We're not asking for anything more than a chance to restore the staff level that makes our school successful so that we can prove to you that come the time when you want to look at us as a way of getting better education for other students in Oakland, that you can see something in Kaiser that you can replicate and make possible in other schools. We only need the money to keep the staff that we have so that the students can continue to receive the experience that they've had. It's not too much money. Please help us.
Good evening, board. I'm Bonnie Allen. I'm a grandparent of a child at Kaiser, and I'm also the art teacher there. And I'm totally confused. I love this. Together we're building. And I thought we were in negotiation. I thought the district has been negotiating with us as to how to expand our school. So I'm just so confused as how you can cut it off at the knees. How you can make it so heart-wrenching on families, especially kindergarten families. You know kindergarten families, they come ready to put their kids in Harvard. They need to feel secure that that's going to be there for them. So I'm just asking you, come on, we're partners. We're already in negotiation to do something here. Surely we can take care of this. Thank you.
Good evening, board. I'm here again. I've been here several times over the last year.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Jacqueline DeBose, and I'm a parent at Kaiser, and I have been at Kaiser for about 7 years with my older daughter who recently graduated and my younger child who is there at this time. I was sitting there listening to some of the comments, and my daughter, the 8-year-old, leaned over to me and said that for kindergartners and first graders to be together in one class, they're learning different materials, they're at different levels. How is that going to work? And her being a third grader now, she has a recent experience and a recent memory of being in kindergarten. So I put it to you, how is that going to work? When you have some kindergartners who come in who can read, others who can't write the letters of the alphabet. I'm not really sure how that's going to work when we want every child in Oakland to get a good education. And when I was here last year, I was told that Kaiser was going to close. There was no way that Kaiser was going to stay open. And this is, to me, is just another obstacle. We overcame that obstacle with your help. Kaiser is still open, and we thank you for that. And we also ask that you help us with this. We don't want any consolidations. We don't want them at Cleveland. We don't want them at Kaiser. We don't want any cuts to special education. How is every child going to get a fair and good education if you do that? How is the dropout rate going to improve if you do that? It doesn't make any sense to take money from a good program when you've had the opportunity to bail out schools in amounts over $26,000, including Futures Elementary, $135,000, Hillcrest, almost $50,000. Some of these schools have been bailed out again and again. Please keep Kaiser. Please help Kaiser.
Hi, my name is Caroline Stern, and I have a kindergartner at Kaiser Elementary. The first thing I want to say is we need all our teachers. We have an amazing teacher, Ms. Gale. She's a reading specialist. We need her to help our kindergarten children. We need to make sure our kindergartners are getting the best education they can. My son is doing great. He loved being in kindergarten last year, and this year he's doing it again. So what happened yesterday, we had a support meeting for him where there were 6 staff members, 3 teachers, 2 special ed teachers, and our principal to help us make sure that my son stays on track for learning. And it's an amazing community. When I went to Kaiser last year, I never knew what a community was. Mr. Smith says he has a strategic plan for community thriving schools. Well, the first time in my life, I found a community, and that's at Kaiser. I hope that you will come and visit our school and look at what we do every day with our teachers and our children, because we support each other. We support public education. We want to work with OUSD. We've tried putting all our energy, our time, our hours, lost a lot of sleep, and we are hoping to work with you again. Thanks.
Good evening. I'm Zeus Leonardo. I am a Kaiser parent. I have a first grader and a fourth grader. And as a speaker before me already said that, we're back again. And I'm starting to get used to this room. I'm going to buy a clock like that for my house. And I'm starting to like green. So I think much respect goes out to you. I said that last time I was here. You have the second toughest job, second only to Obama. But having said that, I think the Kaiser community has the third toughest job in having to fight crisis after crisis. But we're back here again. And it is, I'm going to reiterate that what everybody has said before me, that it's a matter of some $20,000 that's a shortfall here. And it seems to keep going down almost every 4 hours that I hear the number. At first, it was 117, and then the recent one was 26,000, which is basically the price of an entry-level Honda Accord. And I think tonight I heard something even lower than that, and it's starting to go down to the level of a Civic, Honda Civic. So I think the budget shortfall could be addressed with some creative solutions between the adults here at Kaiser, and that I think the number 9 of the students who are missing this year is basically representative of this inner circle here. You are 9, which is not a lot. I think that we all know why that happened, because of the threats to closure. There's a plan to expand, but that's happening amidst cuts. So now we're cutting amidst talks about expansion. And what it's doing is it's destabilizing a very stable environment called Kaiser. In some ways, a very model school. I don't want to exaggerate that, but the black-white achievement gap is much lower at Kaiser, and that is a precious situation to have and something to keep, not something to chip away at. So thank you again for hearing us out.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Wandrew Boyd, and I'm wearing the hat of a DAC chairperson. So this is my second of 3 times I'll be here before our DAC conference, which will be held October 27th, Saturday, October 27th, from 8:30 until 2:30 at the Cesar Chavez Educational Complex. And we are starting now delivering flyers to the various schools. We, being my husband is a great driver, driving me around the schools. So I would like to invite you there again, October 2nd, but you should have information at your school.
October 27th.
I'm sorry. Thank you. October 27th, and it's Saturday, October 27th. My apologies, with great respect to the Muslim community. I was informed that the October 26th is a religious holiday. I was not aware of that. We will make sure that when we plan things again, that we're maybe are not in conflict. It said that might be a possible conflict since we honor all religious holidays. I was not aware, so my apologies with great respect, but our workshop is Saturday, October 27th. And as I stated, Clarence and I have started going around to schools. We've gone around to about 12 schools delivering flyers. And a pleasant surprise, I'm sorry I'm coming up here again to tell you some really good news. A pleasant surprise in going into every one of these schools, learning. If you want to feel happy, go look in the eyes of elementary school kids while their principal's talking to them. That we delivered to all West Oakland schools. We also delivered to some other schools, middle Oakland. But it was a pleasant experience. It was wonderful seeing the students, the conditions of the schools. I'd like to thank Ms. Lorna Shelton for showing us around Bunch, and as we went to deliver things. So again, our conference is October 27th.
The speaker's time has
But
expired.
you've done a great job with a lot of the schools that I was really surprised, and thank you. I know that the kids will benefit from it. Thank you.
Thank you.